All right, we are back with another game today. So we've been posting some math games and some science experiments that you can try at home. So we're gonna do a little word game. We're gonna work with some rhyming. Okay, so there's a couple different ways that you can play this game. Can I have it, please? Okay, I need this one though, on the top.
I need this one.
Okay, so there's a couple different ways you can play this game. So one way that I could play it, since Kaya is only 4, she isn't able to write rhyming words or write quickly at this point. So one way that you could do it is the adult goes first. So you might want to set a timer depending on how old the child is. If they're younger, you might only want to do 1 minute because maybe they're not going to come up with a ton of words yet. So see how many can do in 1 minute. So I set the timer for 1 minute myself. We were working with at words and I wrote as many as I could in 1 minute. You could also do head to head. Okay, if you have 2 kids, they can both, write the words. Or if you have an adult and a child who's a little bit older, even the upper elementary grades. It's a fun thing to play, and you're coming up with different words. You could also do no time limit and just come up with as many as you can, or maybe set a goal, like I want to come up with 20. Come up with 20. Okay, so different ways that you can play it there. You can see on mine that I wrote 1s and 2s, so what I decided to do was, if it was just a word with 1 letter at the front, like cat, fat, bat, I gave it 1 point. If there was a blend at the beginning of it with more than 1, I gave it 2. Also, I didn't write any nonsense words, but a lot of times when students are working on their sounds and working on those beginning levels of reading, they are going to be using nonsense words because you want them to be able to know those different sounds. So if they come up with a nonsense word, you can also choose to give a point for that, as long as it fits the pattern. All right. Also, this is a good way to use it for vocabulary because when they're rhyming and they come up with different words, they might come up with a word that has that at sound, but they don't know what it means. So go back through your list afterwards and talk about some of the words in it. What does chat mean? Okay. All right. So Kaya, can I have the pen? Beautiful name you're making. Oh, beautiful. Face in your egg. Oh, it's not. It's just a person. Okay. So I'm going to set my timer for 1 minute.
Cheeky, cheek, pretty.
All right. Thank you. Okay, so Kaya is going to be giving me all the words she can that has the at sound. So we started with cat. Go ahead, Kai. What else do you have other than cat?
Cat, bat, rat, cat, rat.
Ran out? Think if you can think of any more. At.
Cat, rat, cat, rat, cat. I can't find more. Bat, cat, bat, rat, cactus.
Cactus. How about at sound?
Cat, rat, hat.
There you go.
Cat. I don't know what the cat means. That means cactus. I couldn't say because it didn't start with that.
All right, and her time is up. Okay, so, you're going to have some repetition as they're trying to come up with those. Again, a lot of your younger students, they're not going to have those blends yet and be thinking that, words like splat and brat and flat are going to be those, okay? So you start out, and then you go from there, okay? So we got cat, bat, rat, gat, bat. And cross that out because we used it twice. And hat. Okay? So even though gat here, this is a nonsense word, it still does fit in the pattern. You can choose, depending on how old the student is or what you want the rules of your game to be, if you're going to do a goal or you're going to do a point for that or not. Okay? So we have point. So we have how many points, Kai?
Point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay. So Kai got 5 points. So then maybe you might want to talk about it, go through, talk about some blends, and then maybe, the next day or a couple days later, you want to give that a try again. Maybe use the same one again if you have a low number and try to build from that, okay? And you can also talk about the definitions of some of the words.
Is this for your kids? That kids did. Your kids got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They got
7. They got 7 ones. Yep.
7 ones.
All right. So happy rhyming, kids.